In this video tutorial we're going to look at how you find your way around in a flip chart that you've designed. Obviously if you've got lots of pages you need to be able to get to the page that you want quickly. Now this is quite useful up here on the top menu bar because it tells me that I'm on page 8 of 11 pages from the entire flip chart, and I can use these icons here to go back a page or to go forwards a page. So obviously that's the most basic way of navigating through your slides or through the different pages of your flip chart. Another way of navigating is to use the page browser. So if we go to View on the top menu bar, you don't have to go to the top menu bar actually, you've got all of the options in your main menu here. You go to View there, and then down to Browsers. Now at the moment I'm in the Property browser, and we need to have a look at the Page browser, which is the icon on the left, which looks like 3 pages stacked one on top of another. And there we can quickly see all of the pages that we've got in our flip chart. And if we just click on a page, then we go immediately to the page that we want. So that's a very useful way of navigating quickly through your flip chart. It's rather like the view that you would get in PowerPoint. Now the page browser is very useful because it enables us to do various things. So for example, if we look at the working with pages slide that we've got, you notice in the top right hand corner there's a little grey icon of a page. If we click on that, then that brings up various page options that are available to us. So if we just want to duplicate the entire page, just click on duplicate. You can see now we've got working with pages there and working with pages there, and you can see that where we had 11 pages a moment ago, we've now got 12. We might want to get rid of a page, so we can do that again. Just pull up that menu and click on delete. We might want to change the order of the pages, so for example we want working with pages to come after working with the toolbox and the toolbar that we've got here. And all we need to do there is just to hold down the left hand mouse button, or if you're working at the board, maintain a constant pressure with the electromagnetic pen, and then just drag down, and the little black line tells you where your page is going to land, if you like. So there we've put it after the exercise 4, modify your toolbox, or if you wanted it above that, then we can do that pretty simply. So that's a useful way of changing the order of the pages. If you want to change the background of a page, that's very easy to do. There are various ways you can do this. The white background with black text is actually probably not the best page to be looking at. Certainly on a board that's projected, where the image is projected, it can be quite harsh. People with specific learning difficulties may find that text is easier to read with a different coloured background, and probably the easiest way to do this is to use the fill tool, the little fill bucket that we've got here. So if we pick up the fill tool and then pick up the colour from the colour swatches that we've got, and then just click on a white part of the text, it will colour the page immediately. So that's obviously a very quick and easy way of changing the colour of a page. Another way to do it is to, with the select tool selected, right click, and again there's a right click option on the electromagnetic pen, and go into set background, and then you can add images or overlays. You can add different colours and then change the way that the page looks. This will look pretty shocking, I think. Yeah, pretty shocking. And so obviously I wouldn't want that on an actual flip chart, so we use the undo button to take that off. Working in full screen mode, very simple. If I just close down the page browser, the icon here is the full screen mode. If I just click on that, it gets rid of some of the bits around the edges, gives us a greater working area, so we haven't got the bar along the bottom or along the top. And if we want to come out of full screen mode, then we just click on the same icon again, and now we can easily get to start, and we've got the title bar along the top. Sometimes you might want to add page notes, so if this is going to be a shared resource, then you might actually want to add notes for other people to use. Well, that's actually one of the browser options. So again, if we go to View, and we view the browsers, we'll go into the page browser, because that's where we were last working. But if we just go along to this icon, which looks like a yellow page, then that is the notes browser, and we can add notes here. And if we want to change the format of the text, just highlight it and pull up the format toolbar from the bottom. Then we can change the font, and we can change the size, obviously. Now, if I just close that down, you notice now that we've actually got a little page icon at the top along this grey menu bar, and that tells anybody else who opens your flip chart, or reminds you, of course, that there are actually notes attached to that page, and you will automatically go into the notes browser regardless of what setting you were last using. The last thing we want to look at, slightly more complicated perhaps, is how you can set up a page so that you can scroll from top to bottom or left to right, so it gives you a much greater working area, a little bit like the old chalkboards that you used to be able to roll. Now, to do this, you'd have to set this up when you set up a new flip chart. So to do that, we go to File, and we go down to New, and the option that we want is a new custom size flip chart. And it will default to 1 square across and 1 square down, this being a square, and that relates to the square of the flip chart itself. So we just move that across, so now we've got 2 flip charts across, and we've got 2 down. If we just OK that, you can see very clearly that we've actually got 4 pages on there, but because you're not scrolling from one to another there. So if you go to the options over here on the top right, at the moment it says best fit, so that's the best fit for a flip chart that's made up of 2 flip charts wide and 2 flip charts deep. If we change that to 100%, we're now viewing one flip chart page, but we can scroll from left to right, and this dotted line tells us as we've gone from one page to another, and we can scroll from top to bottom. So if we put some numbers into this, so there's page 1, we can scroll across to page 2, and then we can scroll down, scroll back over here to page 3, and we can scroll across to page 4. Now, some people like to work like this. If you've got long text or equations to work with, then it might be worth working in this way. And of course, if you go back to best fit, then you can see all 4 pages at once. So there are various options there then that are available to you when you're working with different pages.